Sure, shoot.
Why beer?
Because beer's awesome. Basically, I just got tired of paying for it, so that's kind of why we decided more motivation than anything else. No, I think beer is kind of just an incredibly interesting substance. It's it's thousands of years old, and it's really only in the last kind of 100 years we've understood why it has worked the way it has, or why it's been around the way it has. Anything that you can make with that little, it's so scientific, but with that little actual understanding of science historically is, I think, it's really cool.
Why do you think some people are still resistant to craft?
I honestly don't know. I think people just like what they like, and I'm kind of very much of the opinion that no one really has any business telling other people what they should and shouldn't like. And if you like this and you're happy drinking it, awesome, drink it and enjoy. Otherwise, if you like craft or you want to trying some new things, then awesome. We're here to help you out and help you do that.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh wow, it's like picking a favorite child. Probably This Is Spinal Tap. I would have to say that. Yeah.
Where's your water come from?
We use just Guelph tap water. We run it through a charcoal filter just to strip the chlorine out before we go, but Guelph has got absolutely fantastic brewing water. It's very, very hard water. All kinds of stuff that we want, and not very much of the stuff we don't. Like, very little organic in it. It's all from a deep aquifer. So we generally just use tap water. Very similar to Burton water in England.
What is unique about your process?
Our process-wise, we're kind of kooky. We ripped our hot liquor tank out after about a week of using it. We heat all of our strike water with a home tankless hot water heater. We get it hot enough for most brews just coming right out of the wall, but we have an assist on it if we need it, just through an element of pipe. So being able to have as much hot water on demand as we want is pretty cool for us. The other guy's a plumber, so he's kind of definitely helped us out in being able to find some of the technology and some of the just water dynamic ideas that other guys might not have the same familiarity with. So that's definitely a benefit and asset for us, for sure. But yeah, otherwise that's probably it. I just say probably the unfiltering thing is another one of our big unique tastes. I would say I really like live beer. I like just things that taste so much better.
What's the oddest, craziest beer tour you have visited? I know you guys, a year now?
Yeah, we've been a year. The oddest one I would say, we had the Hoppy Bitches in, which are a ladies beer drinking group. They're awesome, and they're just full of sass. They were giving me back talk and lip the entire time. And that was a lot of fun. Just kind of bantering around with them. I like.
Look into a crystal ball.
All right.
What's going on in the craft beer, independent beer industry in 10 years?
10 years, eh? I would say everyone involved in it owns a solid gold house and a rocket car. No. I think with the craft beer kind of movement this time, I think people's palates are really changing. And I see a lot more progression in the industry, a lot more kind of different styles becoming a lot more prevalent and a lot more popular. Kind of looking at two directions right now that are kind of really gaining a lot of steam is the barrel age kind of stuff. We've got a bunch of barrels, we're not immune to that. And also with sours as well. I'm starting to see a lot more sours kind of coming around and gaining in popularity. That being said, we're actually producing a couple as well at the moment. So it's they take a lot more time and there's a lot more meticulousness involved in them, but and they're a lot easier to screw up, to be honest. But I would say just general progression and kind of a more of a move away from light lager. I would say it's going to be hopefully where they're going to be in the next little while. Not that there's anything wrong with light lager. If you like light lager, as I say, awesome. Drink and enjoy, be happy. But I see a lot more kind of movement in that direction, just a new and different style, people seeking out new things, and brewers.
Yep. Trying, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's it. So as palates change, people want different and new things.
It's the rise of the whole food culture.
Yeah.
That's come on too. Huge part of that.
Definitely.
What music do you listen to? Favorite band, favorite music?
Well, I'm a child of the 90s, so I was definitely the early grunge, kind of early hip-hop, I would say. Those are kind of the two that I would go to. I also love classic rock. So I know we have the songs on. It's generally a mishmash in here. But those are probably my general overall go-tos. basically we had the playlist on for a while. The guys made fun of me about it constantly. Is that if it wasn't on Napster, it really wasn't on my playlist. So it kind of shows you where I tapped out with new music, I guess. But
is the market becoming too saturated? Is there room for everyone?
yeah, I think there is at the moment. I heard a really good analogy out of. It was in the Brewing network I listened to fairly regularly, just out of the States there. And one of the analogies they gave was people. I mean, a lot of the breweries that are coming out are kind of our size. They're relatively small. People aren't starting up at Sleeman size anymore. Just as an example. And it's kind of like saying, is the restaurant industry saturated? So when you're creating, that was the analogy they used, that when you're creating kind of small batch stuff, we really don't need to sell a whole lot of beer for us to be viable as a business. We're not going to be mega millionaires, but we're okay with that. We produce, we earn a good living doing it. We do something we love doing. Is the restaurant industry saturated? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not, though. And generally, people kind of look out and try new things. And most breweries that are starting up, are much smaller, and are able to cater for a much smaller market, a more niche market. So, I'm very happy to be in the brewing industry. I'm just really, I love how collegial it is. Wellington and Stonehammer and Sleeman in town have just been rock stars helping us out. The Welly and Stonehammer in particular, George and Marv up there, George at Stonehammer and Marv at Welly are just awesome guys. We bounce ideas. I bounce ideas. I'm having a problem. Chances are they've gone through it before. They know how to fix it, and they're been really supportive and really helpful. And they were saying that when we were down, we probably did a collab with George probably about 3 weeks after we opened was the first time, the Stonehammer, and Marvin from Welly was down a couple weeks after that, and we were talking. They said the rising tide floats all boats, and that's kind of really where we are right now. And that by helping each other out and by pulling people away from or converting people to drink craft beer, everybody wins. So
you hear that a lot. Yeah. That's awesome. That's perfect. Great. What were you doing before you started making billions of dollars?
Before I started making billions of dollars, I was the head brewer at a very small brewery in Guelph. No, I was a history teacher before Russ and I started Royal City. So yeah, I was one of those guys that couldn't get a job and applied for my job back every 3 months, and just kind of got tired of doing that. So here we are.
Name one person from any time in history, including the present, you want to sit down and have a beer.
I'm supposed to say Gandhi, right? Geez, that's a tough question. I don't know. I don't know.
That's an answer.
That's an answer.
It's funny, Gandhi came to you.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that question before. People always say Gandhi, right? Supposed to drink with Gandhi, right?
Yeah. Makes me look cool.
I'm all sensitive that way, right? I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you one off the top of my head. I have to think about that for a minute.
Last question.
Sure.
What's the most mind-blowing, innovative beer you've ever had? Yours, someone else's?
Well, it wouldn't be mine. The couple of ones that come to mind when I think that it's more of the first time I went to Dieta Ciel in Montreal. That was really cool. I mean, they'd been in business for about 15 or 16 years when I went there, but I walked in and it changed the world, kind of thing. That was really cool going in there. It was probably about 2000, 2001 that I was there the first time. Otherwise, I've had a lot of fortune. I lived all around the world. I lived in kind of probably the beer heart of Germany, and drinking, an unfiltered barrel-aged Keller beer for the first time was just, that's a special place. It's just the best stuff on earth. The first couple of brands. So I probably one of the Keller beers from there would be one of my favorites. Probably Sierra Nevada Pale too would be one of the big ones. One of the first kind of mass-produced, high-quality craft beers that I came across. I can't remember how. Probably around 2002, 2003. I had that for the first time, and those are kind of two beers where I went, whoa.
In the States.
Yeah, it was down in the States. I had it.
The States are pretty far ahead.
Well, I mean, you can walk into a Walmart and get a 6 of Sierra Nevada for $7. It's like, come on. Yeah, I mean, the quality of the brewers that come out of there as well. I worked at Barvolo in Toronto for a while as well, as a server before they put the brewery in there. And probably the first time I had Unearthly, I would say, from Southern Tier. That was another kind of just, whoa, this is next level stuff here. This is absolutely amazing. So those, yeah, say those three.
Awesome. That's it.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. Thanks very much for your time.